Hey everyone, welcome back to Beauty and Bubbles. We're excited to bring you another member of the Glam Squad. So tonight we have with us Quinlyn, who specializes in art men's services as well as hair and nails here at Glamour Bar, and has been with us for 7 months. So you're like second newest member slash oldest member of Glamour Bar.
I know, it's fitting.
So thanks for coming on tonight.
Of course, thank you for having me.
So tell everyone a little bit about you and about yourself, what brought you to Colorado, because you've been in Colorado for 7 months, right?
A little over a year. So I came to Colorado mainly because I was looking for something bigger and just better, kind of like just something that I wanted to make differences. So I came to Colorado with that in mind, and when I first came here, I initially was going to, so I have all the barbering experience on, like, I got that good. So I just wanted a space where I could do more things. So like now I'm doing women's hair cutting and nails and spray tans and some more waxing, and pretty much anything that people are willing to teach, I'm willing to learn. So that's what I've been doing here at Glamour Bar since I started back last November. So yeah.
And lots of nail art too.
Oh, I love nail art. I recently started using the little nail stamps, and those are great. I hated them at first, but I was doing it wrong. so now I love it because I know how to do it right. And it's just such a fun little accent on the nail. I love it.
So tell us a little bit about where you came from, your background, how long you've been doing it, kind of favorite things to do.
So I started beauty school in 2012, and when I went, it was an 1,800-hour program. In most states, it's decreased to 1,500 hours. And so I started just full cosmetology school, and from there, I started working. My first job was Great Clips, because got to get your foot in the door somewhere. I don't recommend it. But, and then I started working for the barbershop, and that was like a little local place that started in Appleton, Wisconsin, and kind of branched out, and now they're a nationwide franchise. And I worked at a bunch of locations there, and after being there on and off for about 4 years, I really decided, like, hey, I have a knack for this. And so, like, tight fades, clipper cuts, scissor over comb, I learned everything from working at the barbershop. And so now I just feel like I got that, and I'm just like, stick that in my pocket and trying the other things. But so that's really all I did in Wisconsin until I started working here. Now I do a lot of things.
So tell us a little bit about everything that you provide.
So I provide men's and women's haircuts, men's especially. I love men's haircuts. And let's see, manis, pedis, nail art. Also, I just got trained in spray tanning, which is a fascinating thing to like know and learn. Like I said, there's so many, if someone's willing to teach me, I'm more than willing to learn. And also I do facial waxing, so eyebrows, upper lip, chin, and for the men and women as well, actually, nose waxing and ear waxing. I think that's all I do.
You do some men's and women's color
Yeah,
too.
yeah, I dabble in that a bit,
Yeah.
the basic stuff.
I'm trying to think of anything else, but I think that kind of covers everything.
I think that is.
Do you have a favorite service that you love to provide or you're really excited to see on your schedule?
I think, oddly enough, I've really started to love spray tans because now that I get spray tans, I know how good it makes people feel. So like a lot of
It's a
people,
serious addiction.
it is. And like I get why people do it, like if they're about to go on vacation or something, it just gives them that like boost right before their wedding, right before prom, right before a big event. Just gives you that like confidence boost that you just didn't have before. And for some reason I like to change people, and I like to in a good way, like I like to make them feel better about themselves. So anything I can do, whether it's a manicure or it's when I can tell that I genuinely made someone feel good about themselves, that's the service I like to provide. No particular service, just when I can tell that they are thrilled with the way they look, they're happy, they're gonna come back and wish the same service. I love that. That's what I do here.
I love it. So you've been in the industry for 6-ish years?
Yeah,
Does
going on
that sound
7.
right?
Mhm.
Almost 7. So what is kind of a best piece of advice that you have for somebody that wants to get into this industry or is already kind of in cosmetology school, starting out, whatever it might be?
I feel like unfortunately when some people get out of beauty school, they assume that that's all the education that they need. And they think because they got an education, they got their license, that that's all they need. And that is not the case. You need to constantly there's new trends, like every single week, there's new techniques, especially with social media. There's no problem for you to go on and just learn something. Like I was talking to Justin today, and he watched a YouTube video on a technique, and he used it, and it worked. It was a genius idea. So my biggest thing is be able to accept that you may need improvement in some areas and just go with it. It's not meant to be like you suck. It's a genuine, like, everybody needs improvement. You always need improvement, all of us. Even though like I assume that I'm good at men's cuts and I don't need to be working on it, I still always watch videos, I read articles. It's just always keep up with it, and don't be the kind of person who's just like, no, I'm good at what I do. What I do is good. Because you're not gonna have clients then.
If you're not growing, you're dying.
Exactly. You're right. You are right.
Do we have a question, Ashley? So Ashley's actually doing production for us tonight, so Quinlyn and I could have our one-on-one together. So there's a question that popped through.
A fun question.
Okay.
That was sent in this week. So, if Quinlyn was stranded on an island, what was the one thing that you would bring?
So if you were stranded on a deserted island, your one thing you would bring.
I would bring. I feel like I would have to bring. I don't know. What do people usually bring to the island? What would you bring? Let me get an idea.
I feel like a whole list. I bring chapstick, I think.
Part
But I don't know if that's such a great thing because maybe I could find something on the island that would substitute.
like moisturizing. I bet
Yeah.
you could just rub a little coconut on there.
Sunblock would be a good one.
I thought of sunblock, but I don't even wear sunblock
Maybe
here.
like music, some kind of music outlet,
No.
a person, paper, pen.
I might bring a paper and can I bring a paper and pen? Or just the paper?
Is it a combo?
Only one.
I'm gonna bring my iPad.
There you go.
I can write on there. There's not gonna be no Wi-Fi, but that's all right.
Yeah. You can just leave yourself notes until it dies.
That's a really tough question. I don't have a lot of prized possessions that don't require electricity, so I don't know what I'd bring.
Danielle, sorry.
How about Danielle?
There you go. Good choice.
I'd bring my girlfriend.
There you go.
Does that count?
It does count.
She's a professor. She'll know what to do out in the wild.
You can be Ginger now since you've changed your hair color.
Yes. Yes.
Little Gilligan's Island. You're probably too young for that.
It was on TV Land.
Oh.
I scrolled through past on the TV guide.
Okay, so you're somebody that's always changing her look. If you haven't met Quinlyn before, she's had blue, yellow, red, just in the
Short
7
7
months that you've been here with us. So tell us, do you have a certain worst beauty look or worst look that you've had? Like a little beauty,
So,
like, ugh, why did I do that?
The worst thing that I ever did to my hair was try to go silver. And a lot of clients, even me, thought my hair could handle it. My hair could not handle it. I've known from the past, and like with beauty school and everything, I was like, my hair can take a pretty intense beating. Like, I have very coarse hair, like it can take a beating. And by beating, I mean bleaching. And I think I ended up bleaching it about 4 or 5 times, and it was so brittle. It was
spaghetti.
I had to, yeah, and I couldn't get it all the same color, and I was doing it myself, and I had chemical burns. Chemical burns are a real thing. You get scabs on your scalp. It's disgusting. But yeah, I literally had to have like a short, like pixie cut shortly after, because I ruined my hair. So if you want to go gray, get ready for a pixie cut.
Yeah. Or do it in stages.
Or stages, yeah. Do it the right way.
Don't do it all the
I was just like, my hair can take it. Like, it can do it.
We're like, anybody in the beauty industry, I feel like we're the worst patient or client.
Because
we're
just
just
like, we got it.
Surgery all the time too. We're the worst patients. We're the worst clients. Like, we'll push it to the very limit until your hair's falling out. You need to fix it.
Yeah, and then you're just like, shoot,
I knew better. Tell us what your secret is. You give such great customer service and really like bond with your clients. Do you have a piece of advice for people in any industry, but especially beauty, of how to give really great customer service and what your tricks are?
My biggest thing is clients appreciate when you explain to them why you're doing what you're doing. So whether it's a texturizing technique, a fading technique, the way I style their hair, I'm always very informative from beginning to end of a service, because no one else does that. I get comments all the time that it's just like, oh, no one's ever taken the time to describe this to me. Like, I had no idea, like, that's why the hairdressers did that thing. And once you explain to them, like, oh, I'm styling your hair this way for a reason, because of, like, let's say it's their natural growth pattern. A lot of times with guys have a difficulty because when their hair's like weird, they try to like push it back, but what they don't realize is based off of natural growth pattern, it's going to lay more happy, like down and forward. So guys and women just get frustrated because they don't know how to do it. So as much as you can make your clients knowledgeable about the products you're putting in their hair and the way it's being cut, like, this is the thing, or this is the texturizing or thinning technique I'm using on you, this is why I'm using it on you, this is how it's going to benefit you. And they're so appreciative because no one takes the time to explain those types of things. So I always like to get as much knowledge as I can as far as products go and their haircut, their hairstyle, and just educate them. As much as we're educated, we're doing it, we know what we're doing. So it makes sense to us, but it doesn't to them.
Mm-hmm. I love that you share your expertise with clients, because I think you are the expert and you know these things. And as much as we all know to be dangerous, or can Google or YouTube or what have you, it's really different coming from the expert behind the chair.
Right. It's appreciated. It's for sure.
For sure. So tell us a little bit. So we're the first salon that you've worked at in Denver, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously in Wisconsin you've worked at
a few.
What do you think sets Glamour Bar apart, and what do you love about Glamour Bar?
So Glamour Bar, okay, so I've been here long enough where like I'm well aware of who are our regular clients, and it's amazing because we greet them by their first name, we hug them, we say, oh my, even if they were gone for a while, how was your vacate? It's very a personable salon. You're always greeted with a smile, you're always treated like family, it's just a very close and comfortable atmosphere for not only the employees that work here and all of the clients. Because I think eventually what happens is we all become friends with our clients, and it's just, the thing that I like about Glamour Bar is it has a different dynamic as far as like, I don't want to say like rules, but we're just more realistic, and we're down to earth. We're not like a stuck up like CEO type franchise situation. It's owned, family owned by the Wilson family.
Of what? Oh,
Of one.
Mr. Wonderful Wilson. I can't forget about him.
Oh yeah, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah. Question?
Okay, fun question.
Oh,
What is the worst smell to you?
The worst smell.
Both
Who like comes up with these questions?
emails.
Yeah.
yeah, emails.
Sure.
The worst alcohol, hard alcohol, whiskey.
Ooh, whiskey the next day.
Oh,
You should have smelt us the day after Beauty and Bubbles last week.
well, last week I was putting the glasses away in the dishwasher, and I'm just like, oh, you know, I just want to be a connoisseur, like whiskey person. So I'm like, nope. It's like it was the worst. Hard alcohol, like I can't even put my nose near it. I cannot. I can't. Mm-mm. Wine is only.
Maybe like burnt hair or burnt skin. Those are kind of up there too.
Burnt hair is real bad.
Those happen too.
Ugh.
What are some of your favorite products that we have here at Glamour Bar?
So the product I think that I actually use the most of now is the Texturize dry finishing spray. Because I'm not a huge fan of hairspray, and it's a very dry like look, and it's, I don't know, it's just kind of magic in a bottle.
It's like
a dry shampoo, but at the same time it's like I'm a hairspray, but I'm also a texturizing spray.
So for anybody, so Texturize is like one of my favorite products. I was a hairspray like
Queen.
I loved a good hairspray. And then whenever I found Texturize, I was like, it's a dry shampoo and hairspray combination, so it adds that texture in. So I have really fine hair, and I like to use dry shampoo. I know it doesn't look like it, it's all weave. I used to use dry shampoo to add texture back into my hair, so that's a little trick at home if you have thinner hair, want to add texture. Adding dry shampoo in will kind of add that texture back in. So Texturizer though does the best of both worlds. So you get a little hold, you get a little texture, you get a little bit of everything.
I always, now that I've learned a little bit more about the Unite product line, it's like a go-to finisher for any blowout. I feel like it gives, because you want that nice like fluffy blowout, but also you don't want it to be fly away, but you don't want it to be glued down. So Texturize is just a fun, like, flippy, dirty hairspray.
Oh, I love it so much. I really thought you were going to say Tricky Light.
I do love the Tricky Light.
I was actually shocked. I was like, I know this answer.
So the Tricky Light, the Texturize actually took the heart, because Texturize I can kind of comb through later. Tricky Light is a little tricky to comb through later.
Yeah.
It gets ya.
But I think it's great for men's
I
styling,
was just going to say.
for sure. And women's too, but.
I've sold so many. I've sold more just regular Unite products to men than I have like the Go 24/7 line. Just because it's just a little bit more versatile, and it's a little bit more light, I feel. A lot of their products are light, and majority of my clients don't want to be weighed down by a heavy product.
Light and buildable.
Absolutely.
That's what I love
buildable.
so much about Unite.
Super buildable, yeah.
Awesome. What are kind of your best at-home beauty secrets that you like to do?
Shower?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Quinlyn and I both don't like to wash our hair.
No, Justin did our hair tonight. Justin did our hair tonight, so shout out.
Shout out to Justin Doyle.
He noticed, he's like, well, you and Lindsay have something in common. We're like, what? Neither of you like to brush your hair. And I was like, not me.
I do brush my hair. I do.
I do often do at home the 7 seconds mask. So that's something I like to do like once a week.
Well, especially you're always changing your hair color, so keeping that integrity of your hair.
Right, absolutely. And I just got a haircut by Justin. And
we're putting all of his skills to use.
Yeah. We're utilizing him to our fullest advantage.
So Justin, should we do a shout out to Justin?
Let's do a shout out to Justin.
So Justin O'Doyle Does Hair on Instagram has finally finished his last day at the Aveda Academy and will be taking state boards here any day now and being a member of the Glam Squad. So for now, you can see him up front, but we're excited to have him done with school and being here a little bit more often.
I'm thrilled. I don't let anybody touch my hair because usually I feel like I can only do my hair, but I let him touch my hair twice in the past like 2 weeks and I haven't hated it. I'm loving it.
That's a great testimonial. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
Well, congratulations, Justin. We're excited to have you be a part of our Glam Squad too. We'll have to have you on Beauty and Bubbles soon.
We both really appreciate you, and that's why you get all these shout outs tonight. Anyway, back to me.
Okay, back to Quinlyn now. So we kind of talked a little bit about further education, but what really inspires you and really keeps you like wanting to move forward and passionate in your craft?
Honestly, it's if I ever am trying to explain something to a client and I can't, then I'm just like, I go home and I'm like, I need to know more about this product so that the next time I get this question, I can nail it. Because, like I said, I love to be knowledgeable. Like, I love it. Even if it's something that's not even relevant, like that stupid felt on the shoes thing I keep telling everybody about. And so even if it's something stupid, but it's just like, people are just like, oh, I never knew that. So if I ever get stuck in anything during the day, obviously I don't show it, but later that night, I work it out as well as I can. And then that night, I'm just like, what can I learn about this product? Or what can I learn about this service? Or also, I've been getting a lot of things done. I definitely, getting things done or trying things out before even talking about them, I've learned is genius. Because since I started working here, I've never had a chemical peel before. I've now got that under my belt. It was amazing. Also, there's a dog. He's a candle. Oh. And then also, I had a lash lift, and now like I can go to clients and tell them like what my experience was like and how I loved it. The results were amazing, and now I'm a lash client of the lovely Ashley, and I love telling everybody. I'm like, oh my gosh, like she slays lashes, and you shouldn't go anywhere else. So the moment I have something done and I experience it, then it's easier for me to explain it to clients and help them. So I really like to know things. Mm-hmm. And also like the spray tanning too. Like before I'm just like, what are you guys doing? But now that I understand the language and the formulas and like all the many different custom formulas we can create, now it's just like, oh, duh, like I get it. It's easy. It's so easy.
Perfect. Well, are there any other questions before I ask our last one?
What is both of yours favorite type of ice cream?
Chocolate.
Ice cream?
My favorite ice cream is basic bitch chocolate.
Oh, I'd probably go Rocky Road. I don't know. Ooh, I also like cake. Like cake
birthday
batter, cake? Birthday cake.
Oh yeah,
with
the sprinkles in it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I like sherbet. I've called it that since I've been a child.
I like it.
Sherbet.
Sherbet.
Justin's question.
Okay. Okay, so last question before we wrap up tonight. What are kind of future goals? Like, where do you see yourself, like the typical interview question, where do you see yourself in like the next 5 years? What are some big goals that you have?
So recently, I've become a lot more interested in the Unite product line, and I really want to dive down that avenue of like product knowledge. So especially, we recently have some new hires here, and I love talking to them about Unite. I love expressing Unite. Especially, I feel like it's a lot easier when someone's like genuinely passionate about what they're talking about. It's a lot easier to accept their like teachings. If someone's just like, oh, here, this does this, here, this does this, it's whatever, it's not memorable. But if I express, I'm just a very passionate person about things that I care about. So I really am interested in like just Unite, and it eventually like growing with Glamour Bar and growing with Unite, and really making sure that everybody here is very like up to date. And I want everybody to understand, as well as I understand something, I want them to feel the same comfortability talking to their clients about the benefits and the knowledge and the uses of each of our products. So that's something new that I have just really, because I love learning. Like, give me a whole book and I'll read it. I just love learning. So
something about Quinlyn, she loves lists, she loves all of these things. So she becomes our DORA, our state regulations. I'm like, Quinlyn, you're in charge of all the state regulations. Like, you go, you learn,
I love it.
You do the webinar,
I love it.
What's changed, because it's like,
it's so interesting to me. I know.
She loves it. She lives for it.
I don't know. So I feel like that has recently become a major goal of mine, is that I think I want to teach people. I think I want to help people, because I've been in the industry long enough where I'm like, I think I can make a change. And I like changing people's lives for the better, of course. So that's something that, whether it's with Unite or Glamour Bar, like, I'm not going to go anywhere else, don't worry, but I just want to teach. I want other stylists to be as passionate and excited as I am about, like, literally everything at Glamour Bar.
I know. Quinlyn gets so excited. It's like the sweetest thing ever. We love it so much.
Well, somebody's gotta be, right?
Somebody's gotta be.
Like, today we got a package from Amazon. We got more gloves and some new sticky feet, and I'm just like, yes.
It was a big day.
It's a big day when I get to open a package.
Well, if you are interested in seeing Quinlyn, she offers manis, petties, nail art, such cool nail art, men's grooming services. So you can book with her online or through us. We'll give you an extra 15% off if you mention Beauty and Bubbles. So you have to watch us through to this point, I guess, to get that.
You have to be that interested.
So thank you for being on and sharing a little bit about yourself and letting everybody get to know you.
Thank you for having me. I love Beauty and Bubbles. I'm usually behind the camera, but tonight I'm in front of the camera.
She's usually our production, and so
me and Justin are production crew. Tonight it is Justin, Danielle, and Ashley. It's kind of a switch up.
We have a real life audience right now. So we're really excited. Oh,
there we go. Yeah.
Good job.
Applause.
Great job, production. Well, we're really excited next week to have on Janelle Morgan from Gracie's Boutique. She's a local boutique here, and they're going to be talking summer fashion and some fun holiday trends that we can be working on for the 4th of July.
Perfect.
So we have some really fun people coming on for the next few months.
Yeah.
That we already have lined up. So we're really excited.
Pretty planned out.
Yeah.
Planned out Beauty and Bubbles.
Beauty and Bubbles coming to you. So we're really excited to have Janelle on next Tuesday, and we'll see you all
next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Cheers. Thank you.